a breathtaking spectacle that defied conventional explanation, a mysterious armada of drones and enigmatic airborne apparitions descended upon the American skies like phantoms from a Technicolor nightmare. From the bustling streets of New Jersey to the serene landscapes of Maryland and the historic avenues of Massachusetts, a wave of astonishment and dread rippled through the populace. As twilight surrendered to the inky embrace of night, ethereal lights danced across the heavens, casting an otherworldly glow upon the terrestrial realm below. Citizens gazed upwards, their hearts aflutter with a potent cocktail of fear and fascination, as whispers of unseen threats and clandestine machinations permeated the collective consciousness. What initially appeared as an isolated incident, an unmanned intruder breaching the sanctity of a military bastion in New Jersey, swiftly snowballed into a national enigma of unprecedented proportions. Reports flooded in from all corners of the country, recounting sightings of drones navigating the firmament with an eerie purpose, their inscrutable signals sparking a cacophony of speculation and unease. Amidst the celestial ballet of luminous anomalies, a palpable sense of foreboding hung in the air, as if the very cosmos conspired to deliver a cryptic missive or forewarning of perils yet unseen. Could these aerial enigmas herald a covert assault by shadowy adversaries, orchestrating a symphony of intrigue against the land of the free? While official channels sought to allay public fears with assurances of domestic origins, a pervasive disquiet lingered, fueled by the nagging uncertainty of hidden agendas and unspoken threats. Could these enigmatic vessels harbor a malevolent intent, poised to unleash havoc upon the unsuspecting populace? As the nation stood transfixed by this celestial charade, conjectures ran amok. Was this a prelude to a grander scheme, a premeditated incursion into the heart of American security? With each passing moment, the mystery deepened, casting a pall of uncertainty over the land as the enigmatic armada continued its silent vigil, its true purpose shrouded in the cloak of night. Amidst the clamor of conjecture and the pall of apprehension, one thing remained certain. The skies above America had become a theater of intrigue, a canvas upon which the enigma of the unknown unfurled its cryptic tapestry, beckoning all who beheld it to ponder the fate of these spectral sentinels and the secrets they carried within their luminous embrace. In the early hours across the Northeast, a palpable tension gripped the air, setting nerves on edge and minds ablaze with speculation. The federal government swiftly dispatched aid to New York and New Jersey, where the governor found himself in a somber briefing with the FBI, the shadow of uncertainty looming large. Nearly a month had passed since the first drone was sighted, unleashing a deluge of over 5,000 reports that baffled investigators and sowed seeds of doubt across the region. Amidst the chaos, a fear lingered that any state could succumb to the lawlessness of unchecked drone activity, a modern-day Wild West in the making. As the weekend unfolded, a chorus of officials from various agencies attempted to demystify the phenomenon, attributing a significant portion of sightings to mistaken identities with typical air traffic. However, skepticism persisted among the populace and lawmakers, driving Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer to demand the deployment of advanced drone detection tools. The closure of runways at New York Stewart Airfield due to drone incursions prompted urgent calls for legislative action from the governor, underscoring the inadequacy of existing detection measures. With no national drone registration system in place, the hunt for those responsible for the surge in unmanned flights grew ever more challenging. Amidst the uncertainty, Homeland Security Director Alejandro Mayorkas ventured a theory, pointing to a recent FAA policy change permitting nighttime drone operations as a potential catalyst for the surge in sightings. Assurances were issued to the American public, promising swift action and vigilance in the face of the aerial enigma. Meanwhile, in Boston, law enforcement took decisive action against reckless drone operators, while reports surfaced of laser incidents targeting aircraft over several states, adding a sinister layer to the unfolding drama. Residents, gripped by a sense of unease, grappled with the enigma of the mysterious sightings, unsure of what to make of the unsettling developments that lingered in the skies above. Urgent alerts from the FBI and state police reverberate through New Jersey, cautioning against the dangerous act of shining laser pointers at the myriad drones dotting the skies. Incidents of pilots being targeted with blinding lasers during flights have prompted a stern warning to the public. Amidst the escalating drone sightings in the Northeast, the White House has broken its silence, assuring the nation that the aerial spectacle comprises a blend of law enforcement, commercial, and hobbyist drones, with no discernible threat to national security or public safety. National Security spokesperson John Kirby, speaking on Good Morning America, reassured the populace that while the skies bristle with diverse drones, the majority are engaged in beneficial activities, such as product deliveries, scientific exploration, and law enforcement missions. The deployment of infrared cameras and cutting-edge drone detection technology aims to safeguard the airspace over New York and New Jersey, ensuring that legitimate drone activities are distinguished from potential threats. As concerns mount, President-elect Trump calls for enhanced government transparency, urging clarity on military and presidential knowledge of the unfolding events. The FBI's apprehension grows as laser incidents targeting pilots surge, cautioning against misguided attempts to target suspected drones with lasers. Reports of drone activity near Trump's New Jersey estate raise further alarms, with Kirby emphasizing the stringent measures in place to safeguard restricted airspace. The specter of individuals resorting to drastic measures, including potential weapon use against drones, underscores the escalating tensions in the skies over the Northeast.
12/21/24 on this Gregorian calendar, the magnetos pause. The more light come into this information, the more light that is emitted or comes into the planet, the more you are going to see. We see less than 1% of the light spectrum. Now that the new light, or new, old, ancient, whatever you want to call it, light is coming into the planet, people are starting to see and becoming more self-aware of their surroundings and the part that they play in the contributing to this destruction, totalitarian world. They are starting to see, and guess what? It's a reflection of you. Look at you. So here we go right here. 12/21/24 in this magnetos pause. Earth is in the middle. Earth is in the middle. The white side is the daytime side, so the sun would be over here. The dark side is the nighttime side. These dots right here is the orbital track that these two satellites are on. These two satellites are GOES 16 and GOES 18. These satellites' job is to detect solar radiation only. So you look at the energy that is impactful onto the planet. Like I told you, each wavelength, the red one, the blue one, the green one, each wavelength go from 0 at its weakest, or what you call as lowest, to its highest, which is 9. Each wavelength. And in one wavelength, there is an abundance of information. I mean, light years of information. So even in the low frequency, you can still learn from this. If you haven't learned from the prison and what you created and the world you have created for these other people, if you haven't learned from this, then that's something wrong with you. You need to come back to Earth School, because the whole thing about this test was, can you get divine creative people to dislike each other, disown their own natural ability, get them to be confused about what they are witnessing with their own physical 2 eyes and what they are experiencing, get them to have conflict about their own abuse, more importantly, the abuse of others towards them, have them argue back and forth about the abuse of another species on your own species. Now, what type of shit? You don't see buffaloes arguing about loving lions, loving some lions and loving none lions. You don't see them arguing and having distension amongst their species about what other species they should value. You don't see that in hippopotamus. You don't see that with elephants. But why you see it with us? And they all want to kick the same thing, is that we are in a place of love. We are in a place of love. And the sad thing is that they try to ostracize. They try to minimize the effect that slavery really had on our people. And we are allowing this shit to happen. Like, they want to quote things all through these religious and holy books, but all these religious and holy books said it was a group of people that enslaved the other, and when God returned, he's going to pay those people that enslaved those people. They're going to pay for this shit. Why do y'all keep ignoring that fact? Why do y'all keep ignoring that? Your bloodline, is responsible for the genocide over millions of so-called black people, not African American, not African people, so-called black people. Those are all names that made up to keep us divided. We are the single cell organism that is connected throughout the entire solar system with all levels of life. We are the mothers and fathers of all life. We are the creators of all. You keep minimizing your success today is directly thrived off the genocide and abuse of women and children and men. The raping, the scientific experimentation, your medical field. Don't worry about it. The longer you hold on to it, the harder it's going to hurt. So look, here you go. Earth is in the middle and you see the energy. First of all, you see the points with the square. Let's not act like you don't see that point with that square. I told you, whatever is back here, connected with the sun over here. And they are simultaneously sending energy back and forth into the planet. Charged particles. The planet is coming. The planet always been alive, but she's coming. She's what you would say, she's unlocking her DNA. That junk DNA is coming online. And you know what? Other people are racist talk about, we got junk DNA, our DNA, that dormant DNA is coming online. What dormant DNA do you have? Your DNA is all active. The monkey, the fruit fly, the wolf, all of it is active. And if it wasn't active, you would see birth abnormalities, which you see in your species. Whenever there's a chromosome, a deletion of a chromosome, you become what you would call experiencing mild retardation, physical anomalies where you can't walk properly, your spine is crooked. All of these things take place when the chromosomes are deleted from you and not working properly. So when they all working properly, then you see yourself, you're able to function somewhat like what you call human today. But if any of your chromosomes get deleted or damaged, the residual effects will be neurological and physical ramifications. Period. Stop trying to talk about you got something coming online. No, you don't. If that's the case, then why is Singapore right now going extinct? Because they can't reproduce faster than they're dying. The same thing with Japan. The same thing in Europe. You're becoming sterile because of what's taking place during the day and, more importantly, at night. You're becoming sterile. Stop it. The more you hold on to the lie, the more painful it's going to be. Why are you doing this? It doesn't make sense. And I understand because you have nothing else to hold on to. So we look at the solar wind. First of all, let me just go back here. Look at all the energy on the back side of the planet and look at the energy from the front side and look at the purple. This is the last 24 hours. Current time going back. This is 9:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 9:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Philly. I'm recording this. Look at the energy. This is solar wind. Look at the energy. Earth is in the middle. The sun will be over here. Sending these arrows represent solar wind. Should hit the dome. Some of them should hit Earth and travel out in the solar system. What's happening on the backside of the planet? Look at the arrows reversing. Why is this not being spoke about in the complex cell solar community? Why are they not talking about, why are they not using these two instruments? Why is Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, why are they shadow banning these videos that I am making when it comes down to this? Why are they covering this up? Because they can't explain what's on the backside, underneath, or at the top of the planet. They can't explain this. Ionized particles can damage and change DNA. That nucleus that's in that cell that is keeping you function is changing. Call it what you want. Get mad at me all you want. This is reality. I'm trying to give you a heads up so you can be better prepared. Your guns are not going to work. Your tears are not going to work. Your crying is not going to work. Nothing is going to work. You have ample opportunity to change yourself and stop trying to include you with our species. Nature get along by taking care of their own species. Nature get along. It's not that important for us to be sexually reproducing, for your people to be educating and medically evaluating our children and running the economic system on a planet that provides everything for you. This is death. We are living in fucking hell. And you all are failure. You have failed to take inventory in the part that you are playing in the hell that you are perpetuating. So get mad at me all you want. This is over. Abundance and gratitude to you all. I told you, Star Family. But see, you keep praising Star Family if you want to. Keep going praising them. You better do what you got to do down here, because we don't need another man to come and clean up my house. I don't need another man anyway to come and clean up my house.